Good morning, Washington. Welcome to Dave TV here on DCRTV.com. Man, we got a bunch of grumpy people out there. I posted a joke in the mailbag today. This guy emails me back and says, the target of the joke obviously says, "I will never communicate with you again." I said, "Chill, dude." People don't realize I have a crazy sense of humor. I'm like Chris Plante, okay? I am the exact opposite of Chris Plante, except that I have a really good sense of humor like Chris Plante. I really think Chris Plante, WMAL, 9 to noon, late mornings, I really think his show would be better if they put a laugh track on it. You know, the guy's a zombie, kooky, righty, but he's funny. And a lot of the stuff he says is kind of subversively insane, but quite humorous. And I really think if they had a laugh track, I'll even come over. I'll do that. I will, give me the equipment, and I'll come over and sit in the studio, and I'll do the laugh track, okay? And I really think it would be a better show that way. It wouldn't be truthful. It would be more entertaining. And isn't that what radio's about? Entertainment. All right. Today's big news in the style section today. Kate Gosselin, remember her? What was that show she had on TLC? Man, I'm out of focus. I'm sorry. I apologize for being out of focus today. What was she? Kate plus 8 on that. John and Kate plus 8 on that stupid TLC show. This just in. Kate Gosselin was seen filling a shopping cart with produce at the Rockville Whole Foods on Wednesday evening. She had platinum hair, tight gray and cream striped dress, flat shoes, and she was tan as usual. Her ID was confirmed by the Winnie the Pooh tattoo on her ankle. Come on. She loaded her bags into a sports car. She may have been headed home from a recent LA talk show taping. Her bodyguard and her former network, TLC, are based in the Maryland suburbs. Who the F cares? She lives in the area. She was seen in our Washington grocery store. Who cares? That's the news. That's the rewrite gals at the rewrite source there, the Washington Post. Speaking of the Post today, interesting little article here. And it's a well-written article. They're from about all the reporters over there in Syria who are facing all that horrible shelling and stuff. But anyhow, written by Erik Wemple, not Paul Farhi. Go figure. Yeah, for the last couple of months, the Post has been having Paul Farhi doing media stories for the Post. When any high-profile media story comes on, usually not much of a local story, but tends to be like, celebrity reporters having trouble parking their cars or something like that. I don't know. When they tend to have, some kind of a media story, it's usually Paul that pens the piece. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago when Mark Plotkin was given the axe at WTOP, even though Erik Wemple broke the story, the blogger, let's remember, Erik Wemple used to work at City Paper, used to be the top editor over there. Then he went over to that silly TBD site that kind of went, and then he went over, now he's blogging ever since late last year. He's been doing a media blog for the Washington Post, and he does come up with a lot of his stuff is hardly read, it has 0 comments on it, but every now and then he strikes on something. And he did a little thing on Mark Plotkin, he was the first guy to report that, but Paul Farhi ended up writing the piece. So it's kind of interesting. I'm kind of wondering now, how do these two guys, you have Paul Farhi, who's been there a long time, and then you have the new guy, Erik Wemple. How are they going to, gel together? Do you think they really like each other? Do you think they, go to the movies together and they hold hands? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how this plays out. Somebody emailed me today and said, Dave, who gives a rat's ass? And it's true. But, it's a slow news day. What are we going to do? Interesting email I got today. This is yesterday's mail. Or this is today's mailbag. Yesterday, WNEW totally blew it. I was on Twitter and listening at 5:20 to 5:40 p.m. yesterday, which was Thursday. They broke into the programming to announce that the Maryland Senate had voted down the same-sex marriage bill. They did a headline at 5:30 and then a full story on it before a clarification at 5:40. No mention of a correction or we're sorry for reporting inaccurate information. On Twitter, they sent out a big breaking news tweet. It got retweeted everywhere for about 30 minutes until the station issued a Twitter correction. Wade, I'm now quoting the mailbag poster, Joe in Fairfax. Way to put the tail between your legs. I hope the GM issues a formal apology for WNEW. They deceived the listeners. Now, granted, technical mumbo jumbos is one thing. You make a mistake technically, okay, but to get a big news story like that wrong, that's not good. I'm sure some of the folks at WNEW would have emailed me if that story had been wrong. I mean, that mailbag posting had been wrong. I think I've gotten some other people saying the same thing. So, interesting there. Not a good day for CBS News here in the Washington market. That's for sure, if that's the case. All right, folks. What's some other big news coming over the transom today here on DCRTV.com? Some new people over there, some management moving around there at NPR. A good, interesting, a nice piece in Inside Radio about CBS's sports talker WJZFM 105.7, The Fan, and how it got really good. It's been getting really good ratings. The Davis and Norris morning show is doing well. And even though the station doesn't carry the Orioles play-by-play and doesn't carry the Ravens play-by-play, they've been doing very well. In fact, even beating out the stations that do carry those two teams, 98 Rock and WBAL AM. So there's more on DCRTV if that's what you want. If that's what you want. The DC radio market is now the 7th largest in the country. That's right. We were 9th 2 years ago, moved up to 8th last year. Now we jump over Philadelphia up to 7th place. So that's interesting. That's prestigious, 7th largest media market. I think Baltimore still holds steady at 21st. But if you put DC and Baltimore together, you would probably have it would be like the 4th or 5th largest market, I think, behind New York, LA, Chicago, and then Baltawash or Washable, whichever you want to call it. 98 Rock is launching something called Mobcast starting at 7 o'clock on Monday night. They will be basically letting the listeners program the station, voting on what they want to hear. Every song will be chosen by listeners, and there will essentially be no traditional host. As Dave Hill, the PD for the station, told me that the listener will be, the collective listener will be the host. So, 98 Rock is doing well, although they are hitting, they're a little bit concerned looking in the rearview mirror there at WZBA. The classic rocker 100.7 there in Baltimore. WZBA is claiming that they're going dark on the 29th. I can't imagine they're going off the air. My guess, either they're going to be playing a lot of Dark Side of the Moon. Maybe they're going to be playing just tracks from Dark Side of the Moon for a couple of days. Or maybe they got Johnny Dark coming over to do some stuff. Johnny's doing the morning show over there at WTTR in Westminster. Maybe Johnny Dark will be doing some classic rock shows for WZBA. If I was running the station, that's what I'd do. I'd say, Johnny, come on over. Do some classic rock stuff for us. So who knows? We'll keep you up to date on that. All right, folks. We're at the almost 9.5 minute mark. Thank you for paying attention to DCRTV. Thank you. Thanks for all that with those wonderful comments from Betsy Rothstein over there on Fishbowl DC. She is the greatest. She's magnetic. I love it. I love it when she does these stories where she posts like pictures claiming that she goes around and scours Twitter feeds for what she calls double X-rated pictures of female news celebrities in the market, and then she gets trashed and trashed and trashed. It's so funny. It's so funny. I tell you, if Betsy had a car, I don't think she has a car. She probably can't afford one. But if she had a car, it'd probably say, "Hate me" on the bumper sticker. Or the personalized plates. HATEME. Can you get personalized plates in DC? I know here in Virginia you can. In fact, I got personalized plates, and I get spied all the time. So far, everybody's been happy. I'll be at a gas station pumping gas, and they'll go, "Hey, are you the guy that runs that site?" And I go, "Yeah." "Hey, great site." So far, I've never had anybody come up and yell at me, so that's cool. All right, folks, that's Dave TV for today. Don't forget donations. We really could use a few. If you got a PayPal account, just send a couple bucks. PayPal it to my DCRTV at DCRTV.com address or my DCRTV at Hotmail.com address. Every little bit counts. And remember, we do have advertisers, and we love them. We love them. We love them. But your advertising, your donations are also very, very, very encouraged and very, very, very appreciated. Speaking of our advertisers, just wanted to point out two biggies for you folks. There we go. Oh my! I always mess this up, right? Mike O'Mara Live. Okay? Mike O'Mara, the great DC radio personality. Mike O'Mara Live. March 31st, 2012 at the State Theater, Falls Church. Click on that link there on DCRTV. I'll give you more information. I was reading on his Facebook page that he's actually doing very well in the ticket sales, so congrats to Mike. And also, Comcast Sportsnet. Yeah, that's right. Sports Talk Live. Weeknights, 10:30 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet. All right, folks. That's Dave TV for the 24th of February, 2012. Have a great one. So, there.